down on Quandos.
Would have been better if this happened a year earlier for you, Karen.
Well, there is that. I would have hung on to it, I guess, in that case, but still, it's not a great area, and we don't have a lot of zones here, so
yeah,
it's probably a bit limited for SA.
Yeah, sure. Okay. We've had quite a good feedback from franchisees so far on it. We've had quite a few put their hand up for particular areas, and you'll see on there there's like a basically we're taking admissions up until I think is it 6th of January or something, Brendan?
Yeah, that's right. So anyone beforehand that was looking to get another area, they've got 14 days to move on that, and then the remainder of the network, has until the 6th of January.
Yeah. So it's basically giving people the opportunity to go, yeah, I want to do it, and then obviously that way, if there's an area that 2 people want, for instance, then we can have that discussion with them when it comes to it and find out how we're going to deal with those ones. We may do it by getting them to let us know what their plans are and in that particular area, but basically it just gives everyone an opportunity to expand at a much cheaper rate. For someone like Phil, who has multiple franchises, it'll mean a cheaper royalty, Phil.
Yes, we're probably going to save a bit of money there. Look, it's very important because some of our franchise areas perform, some perform less so. So for us, it's almost got to the stage where Karen was, of saying, well, we either sell that area or we give it back. This couldn't have come at a better time for us.
Yep.
We're probably at this stage looking to keep those areas.
Yep.
Because all the areas make a bit of money. So, for now, we'll probably just go with that because there is substantial saving for us to be had there.
Yeah, and we're trying to encourage franchisees to basically take more of a city too, because of things like Google advertising. Obviously these days, if you can stretch out your advertising, sometimes it's hard to advertise within your own area.
I think it's a great limiting factor for a lot of franchisees, is that their area is very small. So they get very little traffic if they're not careful. Yeah. If you do a large area, the whole campaign becomes a lot easier. Yeah,
and look, once upon a time, when people would have a small area, they would do leaflets in that area. They'd go in the local paper, and that would pretty much work for them. These days, a lot more of it is web-based. So by having that small area can be a bit more difficult. So that's the reason we thought it was kind of time to do this, to kind of help people to expand into further areas so that they could advertise that way. We do have some franchisees that are really using the multiple area, in a way that they're basically setting up a website in each of their franchise areas. So that's another way to do it. So what they're doing is, because remember, each franchise can be its own is its own business. So you can set up a website for each of your areas, so to speak, if you want to be specific, or you can just group it together and have kind of one website.
An idea that I wanted to float, and I don't know how the management of CDA sees this, is really about specializing the website for the type of work you do. So looking at, for example,